Hello guys, welcome to my video with me Niputumirna Krishna Devi. In this video, we are going to talk about learning and teaching from a psychological perspective. Okay guys, in learning and teaching from psychological perspective, we will discuss two parts. It is a part A about learn in a psychological development, and the second one is part B about some approaches from learn in psychological. So guys, stay tuned here. We will discuss one by one. Okay, learn in psychological department. In his psychological, thanks to Skinner's opinion, with his research on operant conditioning. Operant conditioning, sometimes referred to as instrumental conditioning, is a method of learning that employs reward and punishments for behavior. In the 1960s, Skinner's ideas and behaviorism that followed him profoundly influenced teaching strategies in regular education and special training, coaching, and many other aspects of education. In the 1970s and 1980s, a number of education psychologists turned their attention from research on learning to research on teaching. Behavioral approach. Okay guys, the first one is the behavioral approach. The behavioral approach was developed based on the result of B.F. Skinner. Skinner's theory has been used extensively in education, applying the principles of reinforcement and punishment to change behavior. B.F. Skinner's theory is the teaching machine of a binary machines to automate programmed learning tasks and program teaching. This approach differs from the increasingly sophisticated psychodynamic analysis used by Freud, or the introspection method used by Wundt and James. Cognitive approach. Okay guys, the second one, it is a cognitive approach. This approach emerged because the satisfaction with the behaviorism approach. This cognitive view sees humans as active learners who initiate experience by seeking information to solve problems. According to this perspective, learning is seen as a changing understanding. This cognitive view is learning in the line with the educational theories of Brunner and Ausubel. With the approach, teach learning strategies such as summarizing, organizing, planning, and taking notes. Constructivist approach. Okay guys, the third one, it is a constructivist approach. In this approach to teaching about things, the first one, complex, in the form of a challenging learning environment and authentic assignments. Second one, social negotiation of sharing of responsibilities as a part of learning. Third one, multiple contact representative. Fourth, it is the understanding of knowledge. It is a reconstruction student-centered learning. Hey guys, the founders of this theory are Abdul Haq in 1998 and Jonathan 1994, who put forward the 9 principles of constructivism. The first one, the learning environment provides several statements about reality, and the second one is a representation that shows the complexity of the real world. Third one, knowledge construction emphasizes more than knowledge reproduction. The initial assignment is emphasized in the meaningful context. Fourth, it is developing real-world settings or case-based learning. Fifth, it is a reflection of thoughts on experience is highly recommended. And number 6, it is activeness and context construction depend on knowledge. 7, it is support social collaboration and negotiation among students. 8, it is learn to find collaboration activities. And for the last, or number 9, it is interrogation and activation of previous knowledge according to activities of direct actor. Holistic approach. Number 4, it is holistic approach. According to late 1985, the basic premise of the approach is that an individual's personality is made up of many elements, namely intellect, emotion, intuition, drive of desire, and imagination. In addition, Ferry Ivan Illich also an anti-school society is which is school functions are expected to shift to social networks. And the other word, Paulo Freire is best knowledge for his ideas of education for liberation, rejection the concept of the education bank and the education of oppressed. Holistic then began to introduce three or relationship, responsibility, and respect as the main teaching of this approach. Three R's mean writing, reading, and arithmetic or calisthenics. The holistic learning approach is intended to be able to assist in developing individual potential in the more pleasant, vibrant, democratic, and human atmosphere through student interaction in the environment.
Scientific approach.
Okay guys, we move to next topic. It is scientific approach. According Ahmad Sudrajat, there are various branches, such as the first one, sociology of education. It is the branch of education about study social factors in education. And the second one, educational psychology. It is a branch of education psychology to study behavior and individual development in learning. And third one, educational administration or management. It is a branch of education to management science to study effort to various research. Number 4, it is educational technology. It is a branch of education, it is an effectively and efficient application of science. And number 5, it is educational evaluation. It is a branch of education, is an application of education which is the statist of determine the level of study student learning success. And last one or number 6, it is a guardians and counseling. It is a branch of education which is the application of several disciplines such as sociology, technology, and especially psychology. Guys, for your information, the scientific approach cannot be separated from the characteristic of science itself. The first one, science is dynamic. Where students and everyone, including the teachers, must continue to be learned to keep up with the development of science. The second one, knowledge belongs to everyone, where the nature of knowledge is natural. Third one, or the last one, science has a methodology in the form of development work procedures.
Philosophical approach.
Guys, we move to next topic about philosophical approach. You know guys, in the philosophical approach, there are three main terms with the substance of the material for each subject. The first one, the ontological terms of this meeting, understand the focus or substance of each subject. The second one, the epistemological terms, related to how the transstadio is accordance with a predetermined or agreed context standard. The third one, it is the axiological terms, is related to what are the benefits of science for the life of student. You know, from the three terms, it can be development. The first one, ontological basics, where the teacher must really know and understand the focus or substance of its subject. The second one, semantic basics, where the teacher must be able to speak truth in the language that can be understood by student. Third one, it is the epistemological basic, where the teacher must be able to transport development and find new strategies in the learning into 6 terms. Fourth, axiological foundation, where the teacher must be able to explain and advise a student. Fifth, it is the methodological foundation, where the teacher must be understand the procedure and method of learning. And the last one, the basic of ethnic, where the teacher must be able to understand and interpret how the moral consideration. Talking about philosophical approach in the framework of learning, there are four themes are taken. The first one, essentialism, is in the form of buying teaching activities that emphasize the art and culture in this world. And the second one, existentialism, is a learning activity that opposes students or individuals or research of knowledge about life and its meaning. Third one, progressive, is in the form of learning activities that prioritize service to individual student differences. And the last one, it is reconstructivism. It is the form of learning activities that elaborate on the flow or progressivism.
Humanism approach.
Guys, we move to next topic. It is about human approach. Human approach is a theory of individual growth and development, offering technique for thinking in new, creative ways. Humanism emphasizes the concept of learning takes place because of the student's ability to reflect on his personal experience and feel comfortable with the learning environment and the topic discussed. In addition, the application of human approach is various learning techniques, such as the first one, inductive discussion. Second one, method in humans, by Carl Gall's development a project method for each group. Third one, question and answer section. Fourth, action planning. And last one, it is a visualization and instruction.
Motivational approach.
Okay guys, we move to last topic. It is about a motivational approach. Behavioral expert explain motivation with the concepts such as reward and incentive. Rewards are given for appropriate behavior. Incentives in the form of reward and punishment are type of motivation. From the perspective, behavior is initiated are governed by plans, goals, schemas, general knowledge, expectation, and attribution, causing a student to see themselves and the behavior of the other.
Okay guys, thank you for watching.